It took just one season for Blake Cashman to cement himself as a cornerstone of the Vikings defense, but the journey back to Minnesota was anything but smooth.
But before we get into that, let's take it back to where it all began. The Minnesota kid who wasn't supposed to make it, but did.
Cashman grew up in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, just a short drive from Winter Park, the Vikings' former team headquarters. Football wasn't just a game in his household, it was part of his DNA. His father, Steve, played at St. Thomas University in the 1980s, passing down a love for the sport that shaped Blake from the start. But here's something most people don't know. He grew up playing alongside Buccaneers star safety Antoine Winfield Jr., the son of Vikings legend Antoine Winfield Sr. The two put in the work together long before reaching the NFL, grinding on the same fields, chasing that same dream. Cashman idolized the greats who came before him, but one moment cemented his passion, watching the unforgettable Vikings vs. Ravens shootout of 2009, a game that left a lasting imprint on him, fueling his dream of one day wearing the purple and gold. From childhood dreams to Friday night lights, Cashman's path to the gridiron started at Minnesota powerhouse Eden Prairie High School, where he thrived under head coach Mike Grant. Yes, the son of Vikings legendary head coach Bud Grant. He showcased elite versatility, playing both defensive back and linebacker in one of the state's most disciplined defenses. As a senior, he helped lead the Eagles to a perfect 13-0 season in their fourth straight championship, racking up 72 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and multiple pass breakups. His dominance earned him first-team All-State and Care 11 All-Metro Defensive Team honors, capping off an incredible high school career with a 48-3 record. You'd think that resume would attract scholarship offers, right?
Wrong! Despite his dominance on the field, Cashman was completely overlooked as a recruit. 0 stars, no national rankings, and not a single Power 5 scholarship offer. The big-name schools never came calling, but he still believed he had what it takes and wouldn't settle for less. He wasn't looking for a handout, just a chance to prove himself. The Minnesota Gophers finally gave him a shot, but nothing would be handed to him. Linebackers coach Mike Sherrill saw something in Cashman that others overlooked, inviting him to a tryout as a walk-on. Despite having scholarship offers from some smaller schools, he bet on himself, choosing Minnesota even though it meant grinding for every rep. And while Sherrill's played a key role in getting him there, this wouldn't be the last time he'd make a major impact on Cashman's career, but we'll get into that later. Cashman's early years at Minnesota were a grind. The game was faster, the competition tougher, and he struggled to keep up. Redshirting gave him time to develop, but he was stuck behind the scenes, grinding for a chance that felt far away. He started at safety, but coverage responsibilities at the next level proved to be a challenge, leading to a switch to linebacker, where he was still buried on the depth chart. Doubt crept in, and coaches questioned if he could handle the transition, but Shales reminded him to trust the process and keep working. Then everything changed. An injury-plagued defense forced Cashman into action against Purdue, and when the moment came, he delivered. He racked up 2 sacks, multiple tackles for a loss, and made his presence felt all over the field. That game wasn't just a breakthrough, it was a statement. From that day forward, he never left the lineup, and all of his hard work was about to pay off. Before his junior season, the team held an Easter egg hunt. As players cracked open their plastic eggs, Cashman found something life-changing, a note informing him that he had finally earned a scholarship. His teammates erupted in celebration while he stood in shock, overwhelmed with emotion. But as the cheers died down, he made one thing clear. This isn't going to stop me from working hard. I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing. That moment validated years of sacrifice, but his journey was far from over. As a senior, Cashman cemented himself as one of the Big Ten's most dominant linebackers, leading Minnesota with 104 tackles and 15 tackles for loss. His relentless play earned him second-team All-Big Ten honors. After the season, NFL scouts took notice, and he became a legitimate draft prospect. While there was still concerns about his size and durability, Cashman shut those down by running a 4.5 40 and posting a 37.5-inch vertical at the 2019 NFL Combine, proving his explosiveness.
The New York Jets selected him in the 5th round of the 2019 NFL Draft, officially making his NFL dream a reality. Cashman's pro career started off slow due to multiple injuries, which caused him to miss 36 games while primarily playing special teams. In 2022, he was traded to the Houston Texans for a 6th-round pick, and again, found himself struggling to find time on the defense. Then came 2023. Under new head coach D'Amico Ryans, Cashman had a breakout season, racking up 106 total tackles, 2 sacks, and an interception. Suddenly, he was one of the most coveted linebackers in 2024 free agency. Then came Cashman's journey back to Minnesota, which started in an unexpected place, a basement where Brian Flores first watched his tape thanks to an old friend, former Gophers coach Mike Sherrills. When free agency opened, Cashman had one priority, telling his agent, see what Minnesota can do. The Vikes ultimately signed him to a 3-year, $22.5 million deal. And when the deal was finalized, he sent a simple 2-word text to friends and family, Skol Vikings. Cashman picked up right where he left off in Houston, thriving under Brian Flores and delivering a career year in his first season with the Vikings. In just 14 games, he led the team with 112 total tackles, adding 4.5 sacks and 8 passes defensed and a fumble recovery. His impact was undeniable, cementing himself as a key piece of the Minnesota Vikings defense for years to come. But knowing Cashman's story, he's not done.
Not even close.